Hello MD, this is Fred Smalls, getting ready for the USA Championships in Las Vegas, Nevada. Next weekend, July 30th and 31st. Up here in Hartford, Connecticut. Had to check my trainer out, George Fair, as he did work on stage last night with the rest of the pros, getting my last bit of motivation. As I got to consume my breakfast of champions this morning, fish and a little bit of cream of wheat. But we're going to go through our last chest workout before we head off to Vegas. Yeah, last year we took top 3 at both the USA's and the Nationals, and I think everything went really well. You know, I was focused to come in the best I'd ever been, and I did that. But I think what happens mentally is when you shoot for a goal. My goal last year again was to make first call out, come in top 3. I think you mentally hold yourself back. So this year the difference has been focusing on just being confident and knowing that I deserve to win. So in order to do that, what I did in my prep was I just made sure every workout, no one's going to work harder than me. Every day when I did my diet, I did it perfect to make sure no one was going to out-diet me. And that way there's no excuses. If I walk away in Vegas and I'm not the winner, there's no excuses. And I did everything 100% this time. I listened to everything to the letter that my coach and trainer, George Fair, told me. So I'm going to Vegas with one goal, and that's to win it. Be Mr. USA, and so I can start the next chapter. Okay, so last year when I was on stage, I didn't feel like I had any major glaring weaknesses over anybody else, but I didn't have anything that was dominating either. So what I decided to do was I wanted to bring my back thickness and fullness out, and I knew the width was there. I just wanted to make it more 3D, for lack of a better term. So what I went back to doing was heavy deadlifts, heavy rack deadlifts, T-bar rows, bent over rows heavy, and instead of doing the normal 5 to 8 reps, I actually was using the same poundages that I was hitting for 5 to 8 reps for anywhere from 12 to 15 reps, trying to just increase the volume. That way I'm tackling all the muscle fibers, not just one, not just your the thick dense ones, but also my slower twitch muscle fibers as well, to give me that more round, full look to the muscle. Some different things that we did this year with the diet, because I got pretty heavy in the off season. I went up to 280, which is probably a little heavier than I need to go, but I like food. So what we did with the diet is, in order to bring me down and be ready, is we went harder than normal the first 8 weeks, and then about at midway point we actually slowed it down for a week or 2 and then revved it back up again, almost like to reset my body. So we just took a step back, so we could go 2 steps forward basically. And in doing that, we raised the carbs, lowered the cardio for 2 weeks, and then right after that 2-week period was over, we dropped the carbs way back, up the fat a little bit, and increased the cardio back up to double cardios again. And that's worked really well. It's like my body didn't really get that tired. I was able to keep my energy and my strength throughout the whole training period. Has been great. I mean, I was 280 back in April, and I'm weighing today at 228. So that game plan has worked tremendously. To lose that much weight in that amount of time and not lose any strength, that's pretty awesome. I mean, last week even I was still benching in the high 4s. So I think the way George does it is pretty amazing. So one of the challenges that has presented me last year getting ready for the USA's and Nationals, we were expecting our first child, my wife and I. Have 2 other children from previous marriage, Monica and Stevie, and they're great and they're wonderful, a little older. But we were expecting our first infant, and and going into Nationals, he had just been born, so that's always challenging when you're trying to get ready for a show. No sleep, less rest, but I live by one model, and that's focus, discipline equals results. And if you focus in on your goal, and it means enough to you, the facts really don't matter, because you'll do whatever it takes to achieve it. And in achieving it, you just have to be disciplined and map out the game plan so that you can follow through with it. And that's basically how I do everything in life, whether it's my business, my personal training business, my rehab business, my nutrition business, when I'm training my clients for shows. Basically, if we set a game plan and we set a goal, then we map out the game plan to achieve it, and as long as you stay focused on that, I think anything can be accomplished, no matter what the obstacle happens to be. And you know, the other big part of that is support. You know, my wife is unbelievable. In my house, we have motivational sayings all over the house. Things, you know, things such as you know, suffer today, live as a champion forever. These things mean a lot, and she's always driving me to be a little bit better. And the other thing I always say is, you know, you always got to be happy with what you have accomplished, but never satisfied. I think that's very important. You know, if you want a satisfied man is a dead man. My powerlifting coach used to tell me that a long time ago. So you be happy with what you have accomplished and realize, you know, hey, that's great, but you got to strive for something else. And I think that keeps things moving. So I'd like to end by saying thank you to some key people that have helped me on this journey. First and foremost, my wife, Karen. Couldn't do it without you. Your support, love is never ending. And I'd like to thank my sponsor, Muscle Tech. You know, they've definitely eased the financial burden a little bit, and they have great products that definitely helped me train and recover a little better. I'd like to thank my training partner, Harry, the gym I train in, and all the clients at the training center in Newcastle, Delaware. And you know, I'm going to be at the Muscle Tech booth out in the USA, and you know, come watch me do some damage on stage.
Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Robert Burneka. Here you go. Coming USA's. Gonna kick some ass.